Hi, I want to talk to you about my heating system. I had an issue recently where there was no heat on the ground floor, but there was heat on the first floor. So let me give you a breakdown of my heating system. My heating system is broken up into two zones. First, there is this is the zone for the ground floor, and then over here this is the zone for the first floor. So it's broken up into two zones, and then over here I have the boiler, and the boiler heats up through a furnace, a gas furnace, and then the boiler heats up the water. The water goes through the pipes, and then it goes over through the pipes. The zones control the water flow through the pipes, and then it comes to here, the circulator, and then the circulator blows the air, and then the air is made hot by the hot water in the pipes. So that's basically the heating system. You have and of course there is the thermostat, which is what calls for heat. So you have the thermostat, you have the circulator, you have the pipes, you have the zones which control the flow of water through the pipes, and then you have the heating system. So once we understand that, then we'll understand what could have happened, why I wasn't getting heat on the first floor. Now, something else I want to talk about is this over here, the switch, which is called the relay switch. So and that's what I also have over here. The relay switch is a switch that enables a low voltage device like a thermostat to control a high voltage device like a boiler. So here is how the whole system works. The thermostat calls for heat. That message goes to the relay switch. The relay switch passes that message to the zone valve, right? The zone valve, right, opens up the zone. Once the zone is open, the zone valve sends a message back to the relay saying zone is open, and then the relay, right there, the relay now sends a message to the boiler to fire off the boiler. So that's the way all these systems are connected. So the first thing I did was I took my voltmeter, and on the zone valve, you'll see there are 3 ports: 1, 2, 3. When the relay switch sends a signal to the zone valve for that the thermostat is asking for hot water, you're going to get 24 volts on one right here. 24 volts on, if you check 1 and 3, you're going to get 24 volts on 1 and 3. Then when the boiler is turned on, you're going to get 24 volts on 1 and 2. So the first thing you want to check is, are you getting 24 volts on 1 and 3? And I wasn't getting 24 volts on 1 and 3. So I went and I got a new zone valve. You can get the zone head, not zone valve. This is the zone head, and of course over here, this is the zone valve. So I got the zone head, and then you can get that at Home Depot. And then I was changing it. But there are 4 things you should do before you change your zone head. Number 1 is turn off, make sure your boiler is turned off. Every boiler has a switch, and this is the on switch. You want to turn it off. That's number 1. Number 2 is You want to turn off your thermostat on the first floor, and your thermostat also, all the thermostats in your house, you turn it off. Number 3 is you want to turn off your circulator. So I came over to the switch over here. Of course, I looked for the boiler and I turned it. Sorry, the boiler and the circulator, and I turned it off. So make sure you power off. You cut off all power going to your heating system. Then the other thing I want to talk about is when you are changing your zone valve, your zone, the header, the header, right here. When you're changing it, you see these cables over here that go to 1, 2, and 3. They should never touch each other. If they touch each other at any point in time, you stand the chance of either blowing up the relay switch or blowing up even your boiler, as in spoiling it. So you want to always keep them. Make sure when you're changing it that that those cables, those wires do not touch. So after changing the valve header, I now checked on my voltmeter, and then I was getting 24 on 1 and 3. So it meant that it means the relay was sending the signal to the zone valve for heat, but it never changed to 24 volts on 1 and 2. So what the next thing you know from that is, of course, it must mean that the relay switch is not getting the signal back from the zone valve saying, oh, the zone is open, now turn on the boiler. So I changed the zone valve, the relay switch, and you can get this on Amazon. This is the relay switch that I have is the White Rogers, but you can find out what relay switch you have, and you can. I got mine on Amazon, and then once I switched and changed the zone valve, then when the thermostat called for heat, I got on the zone valve. I checked. I got 24 volts on 1 and 3, and then after it was about maybe a minute and a half to 2 minutes. It takes that long for the valve to be open, and then it switched to 1 and 2. So of course, like I said, the relay gets the message back, the valve is open, and then it fires off and turns on the boiler. So that's I hope that helps any of you who have problems with no heat in one zone of your house, or you may have 3 or 4 zones and there's no heat in one zone. Well, these are the elements to take a look at in terms of the boiler, the zone valve, the header, the circulator, and the relay switch. Those are the important components. And of course, the thermostat, because you might have a bad thermostat that's no longer calling for heat. I also checked the thermostat, and the thermostat was okay. Of course, the thermostat, if the thermostat turns on the circulator, because when the signal comes from the thermostat to the relay switch asking for heat, the relay switch will turn on the circulator. So that's another signal to you that yes, okay, your thermostat is working fine. It's asking for heat correctly and all that, because that signal comes here and then your relay switch turns on the circulator. That's all I have to share with you, and I hope this helps you resolve the issue you may have with no heat in one section of your house. Thank you all, and thank you.